Oops, turn the music a little too far down. Hello. It's good to see everyone. Hope people are doing well. I'm doing okay. It might help if I got the actual screen up here. Let's see. There we go. And there I am. Hello. Well, let's be honest, I'm all over the place as usual. But that's fine. It is Thursday. I am gonna try and get some stuff done. And I'm happy to have you all join me. I am, well, right now, unfortunately, I'm looking at the news because a certain presidential candidate is in court again. And I'm curious to see what the outcome is of that. Man, these glasses, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to, like, see things anymore. I just got, I got new glasses. I'm actually way more concerned with it. They're very similar to the ones that I had. But I was more concerned with the prescription than anything else. And I wear progressives because I'm old. So I'm spending some time hunting around for the best, like, place in these, because that's my distance prescription. Can I move this down anymore? Okay, that's actually better. That's weird. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what I'm going to do with it from now on. Anyway, yeah, so I'm hunting around looking for my best, like, viewport on these glasses. I don't care about VidCon. I'm not going there anytime soon, to be sure. All right, so let's take a look at... Can I save these things in here? Anyway, so yeah, we're hopefully getting some work done. I'm also going to be doing some job hunt related stuff just so that I can Good afternoon, Brian. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Did I say good morning when I first signed on? I might have. I'm still, even though I've been up for 6 hours, if the sun is still out and I'm streaming, my brain is still insisting on saying good morning for whatever reason. But good afternoon. I hope this Thursday is treating you well. I'm looking for an immediate impact on... I mean, not really. That's a maybe. We'll save it. Seriously? No, definitely not. Okay. Mm. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's try this. Nope. Okay. I've really got to clear all this shit off this desk and give it a good wipe down. It is screaming for some Windex. That's a possibility. Let's go over to this site. Yeah, continue as Tom. No, get out of my way. Interesting. put that in there. I don't know why you did that. Come on. Hello, DC. Sorry if I didn't see you there. I hope everything is going well. Oh, you coming in made me realize that I have to... My chat settings are my settings in StreamerBot. Oh, and all my commands are gone. I did a refresh on Windows, a reset, as opposed to a full reinstall. And I am having some minor... Overall, things went very smoothly. But there are some minor things that got reset that either didn't import properly or that I just forgot about. And one of them was I used to have the chat here set up to... Oh, this is where it is. Yes, I want to see the timestamps. That's interesting. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, timestamps are back in there. Okay, cool. So, anyway. Yeah, it's good to see you, DC. The end of my rambling. That's all I was doing. That's the only place that I was going there with that. Oh, the streamer.bot chat window has the option of inverting the chat direction so the new messages are always at the top. That's interesting. I think I'm going to try that and see how that plays out. That's a little bit weird, I'm not going to lie. We'll try it for a little while and we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I hope your day's going well. I think it's right about lunchtime for you, if I remember correctly. Okay. Maybe. going to tag that. And we're going to take a look at the list that I've got here so far. Take those out because they're expired. Okay. All right, so I can come back to that. Did my onerous task for the day. Now we do the less onerous one, which is opening that. Shoot. Okay. Okay, we are coming up on an ad break. That was one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to put in my Bezos. Let's see. I guess I can put it down there. Toggle visibility. Where are you? Source visibility. Oh, excuse me. Base. Okay. So that should work. There he is. Okay, that's one more thing that I set up. Oh, that's why that wouldn't work. Okay. We're not going to put him up right now, but I figured on days or during ad breaks where I'm not actually leaving the desk, which does happen occasionally, it'd be good to have a little reminder to people that this guy needs to get paid. So I just put it in there. Anyway, we're coming up on about 1 minute of... We're 1 minute away from the ads. So I think I'm actually going to take that extra minute. We're going to put the BRB. Actually, you know what? I won't even... Oh, that's another thing I forgot to put in. Okay. Ads, and then... Where is it? Source visibility. Fried potatoes and bacon. No, that sounds lovely. We'll do that. We're not going to do that yet. And here we are, we're in the ads. What was I going to do? I think it was in the base layer. BRB text. Yep, there it is. Okay. I have to change these buttons when I get back, but for the moment, that's going to work just fine. So yeah, while the ads are playing, I'm going to take a couple minutes. I will be right back. And yeah, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay. That is not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And we'll shut off the BRB. And let's make some changes to these. Okay. That right now is not on. Yeah, let's do from file. And now we can change that text. And now my brain has been captured by this, so let's change all of these so they are the color that I want them to be. So instead of using icons on my Stream Deck, I use text. What the hell? Where'd it go? Hello? There we are. I'll zoom it out for a second so that you can see it. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. What am I going to do? Come on. You can do it, Tom. Just focus. Close that out. Close that out. Close that down. So anyway, rather than using icons, I use icons for some things like the camera, right? When I want to, because that's just easier. But for my scenes, I tend to use, what do you call it? I just use text because it's easier. My brain processes it faster. Icons are hit or miss for me. Sometimes when I use them, they will actually, for certain icons, like the camera icon, because I'm always using that same button, it's fine. It's a good touchstone for me. Oh, if my finger's got to go here. In terms of the muscle memory and what I'm going to do. But for most things, I just rather have the words on the buttons. So what I'll do is I'll use for the actual icon, what I'll just use is a black background for a button that is not active, and just one with a red border for when it is active, so I can tell what's very quickly and easily tell what's on. But I noticed that this is one of the casualties of my Windows reset, is that it didn't re-import my the files that I had exported from this, the backup I made from it. So I had to reconstruct all these buttons, which isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not as bad as losing my OBS scenes. That would have sent me over the edge. But I like the light blue, and so that it's not, the white text isn't glaring at me. But there are two shades of this sort of cyan, and I realized I used the darker one when I set them up originally. So now my brain latched onto that when I created these two new buttons for things that were missing, the ads and the BRB screen. So my brain said, oh, you should go in and change all of these, because you're right here and it's open and it's in front of you. Welcome to life with ADHD. Anyway, back to the fiche. And I should move these over. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's good. brain just can't seem to wrap itself around what it wants. Here. Come on. Sorry, I just got a text I need to respond to. I have... It's one of those things of, oh, this person that I haven't exchanged text with in a little while. I really should text them. Like, it's, you know, I want to stay in touch with them. And then I say that over and over and over again. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta remember to check in with this person. And then they just texted me. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to jump. I'm co-working, so it's not like it's pulling me away from, I would just be focused on the screen anyway. But it is, it's more ADHD life. What can I tell you? So let's see. Oh, it's been long enough that I don't remember what's going on here. Can I play this? Yeah, I think we're just going to go with this basic setup. And I'm going to figure out. I just got auto-corrected in my own message. Fucking fantastic. Oh, and I unplugged the, apologies for the noise. One of my few regrets about this PC, and I really don't have many, it's done pretty well for me, but the USB, the power buttons and the USB ports are on the top of the case, which at first, knowing that I was going to be putting the case underneath the desk, oh, that makes sense, but it is impossible for me to see the USB ports, so when I'm plugging something in, that's just awful. It's just awful. Okay, so I will need something in the foreground, because that doesn't work for me. Alright. But I got a working something here. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can remember what I did with all this. So we've got floor. Take a quick look at something here, over there. Yeah. That's fine, that's what I was expecting. Okay, OBS window back up. Right, okay. All right. So, I do actually like that. Okay. Okay. Why is the debugger? It's not. Okay. Whatever. So this is the basics of it, right? Just to figure out a way to put. All right, let's get Inkscape open. Let's put in we're gonna need something on there, okay. Why would you even bother with that? Okay. So we've got our circle, let's lock that in. And now let's make a new layer. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, let's go back to this one. Let's take out. And we're in the ads. Whoops. Tempting as it is for me to leave Daddy Bezos on the screen, I'm not going to do that for the whole time I'm gone, but I'm going to step away again, so I will be right back. Okay. Get back. Let me put this over here for the time being. Decided I always manage to do that. These caps on the vitamin water just excel at holding just enough of the drink so that when you twist them off and lift them up, a drop of it can hit your desk, or at least mine. Is it possible to drink too much of this shit? I honestly don't drink it for the vitamin content. I just want an alternative to water sometimes, because while I'm fine with drinking water, it's nice to be able to actually have something with some flavor in it. And I can't drink coffee because my stomach reacts badly to it. And lately, meaning in the last few years, I was having a lot of, let's just politely say, digestive issues that I was trying not to, in figuring out what the problem was and eliminating things from my diet, I discovered that, among other things, anything carbonated, as well as coffee, which I knew, and in most circumstances, regular black tea causes all the same problems. Which is fine once I wiped that shit out, then I was in a better place, but it also meant that I couldn't drink any of that stuff. So, occasionally I get a Gatorade, but that's got a lot of sugar in it, so I don't usually do that. And some of the vitamin water flavors are actually palatable to me. This is just basically like diluted orange, you know. It's not like LaCroix diluted, but it's definitely not like the intensity of Gatorade. Okay, so the scenes should probably be no 2 days all the way along. Probably. Okay. And then the player is a character body 2D. Let me just stop that. Windows, Jesus Christ. Stop trying to help, you're just getting in my way. Fuck off. For area detection, or some call bullet. Let's look that up. Character body 2D. Okay, so we'll get that out of there. Okay. try and turn this over. I've got a... That's better. I've got a privacy screen on my monitor, which I really don't need because I'm single. And no one's ever in this room but me. But it also helps with the glare. And in most circumstances, makes it easier for me to see. But if it's one side is matte, the other side is gloss. I think glossy side may give greater privacy and some other stuff. Anyway, there's pros and cons to both. I had that glossy side out, which was catching reflections from behind me, making it more difficult to see. So I just wanted to flip it over. The reason that I mentioned this is it's easier for me to see the chat window now because it's in my, not quite in my periphery, but it's off to that side. Now, did I set this up so that it would... Yeah, it doesn't automatically move until... And how did we do that again? I think we did it with the camera. There's no world script, only the player? That's interesting. Why would I do that? Well, whatever. Anyway. Bring that back. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Wait, what? Why is it not letting me do that? File is open in another program. Okay. Let's close that out. Try this again. Right, okay. All right, let's go back into... Why did I close that Inkscape? Are you fucking kidding me? I saved it. Where is it? Godot projects. That was the other function of the privacy screen, is that it tones down what's being blasted into my face, and so as a result, it makes it a bit easier. Stop that. On the camera and the white balance. I mean, it's still there, right? You can still tell the difference slightly. Not slightly. You can still tell the difference when I've got something with a lot of white background on it on the screen. Whatever. Anyway. that'll do for right now. What if I were to fill this in with white? Let's go back to that. Fill. All right, let's take the fill out of it. And yeah, we'll just put it there. And I'm gonna have to redo this anyway, so I might as well. Those are all locked. Where is the color? The hell? Interesting. How do I change the color of this? Let's see here. Trucks are back yet again. And now we've got an alarm of some kind? What's going on out there? That doesn't seem right. All right, time to open up. For fuck's sake.
So on a game and a stadium, this game has teams. These teams have plays. They make play calls from a playbook.
Okay, so I am,
This is the noun
unfortunately,
about the game or your business. Similar
have
to
to
the language of the game.
The paint bucket tool is one of the most
watch a
neglected tools in
tutorial.
Inkscape, but it actually has some very useful and not so obvious features. And in this video, we'll give the tool a
And we've
much
got
needed
more
push.
sirens.
And if you want to learn much more about all of Inkscape's many tools and features, be sure to check out my Inkscape courses, in which I explain in detail everything that
Something's
Inkscape has
going
to
on.
offer,
Wow.
as well as show how to use it to create various things like logos, icons, and game assets. I'll leave links to the courses. The
Okay,
tool,
yeah, I don't
or
need
bucket
any
fill
of this.
tool, is located here in the toolbox and has the shortcut U. And basically, we use the paint bucket tool to fill in bounded areas. A bounded area is an area of a particular color or no color that is surrounded on all sides by objects of one or more different colors.
Yes, I know
If I
that.
just click somewhere in the canvas, nothing happens. And it says in the status bar that the area is not bounded. This is because the
I think I just figured this out. Yep. I'm wondering if there's a fire in the area somewhere, because that's a lot of sirens. I get a fair amount of very consistent traffic noise out that way, but it's never honking horns. It's just or sirens. It's just cars passing by. I'm wondering if maybe something's on fire. Let's go over to twitter.com. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Authenticator app. Okay, so now that we've got that in there. Why was I opening that up? Where'd my paint bucket tool go? There we are. What the hell? Why did it do that? Okay. Don't know what I just did. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Everything is ephemeral. Nothing matters. None of it matters. Okay. Interesting. All right, we're going to take that out of there. Oops. We'll do this as a test run. Man, I can make anything complicated. Okay, we're coming up on another ad break soon. Which is good because I kind of have to pee. All right, exports. Where's the export stuff? Export. Let's put that up there too. Yes, blueprints, PNG. That works. Is it going to export the whole document? Let's find out. Let's see what we got here. Why is it not showing the fucking... Okay. Properties. Sharing. PNG file. All right. Open. We're going to open it with GIMP just this one time because I want to see how it exported it. Yeah, that's ugly as it is. That's basically what I wanted. It's pretty big though, and it exported the whole damn canvas, which is interesting. Alright. What if I just want to export this one layer? Yeah, no, that's the blend mode that I want. Hello, Cypher. Well, you are welcome to Work and Lurk. Oh, I think it just had an ad break blow through and didn't even notice it. Yes, it's good to have you working and lurking. You should go take a bio. You are correct. I said I was going to do that. Fortunately, I don't have to put the Bezos scare screen up because we are... and I should change that because it makes it... The Jeffening will end soon. Makes it seem like my stream is ending, so I'm going to change the words on that. Anyway, since there's no ads, we don't have to be haunted by Jeff. I will just put up the BRB. That doesn't read very well with that substrate in the tank. That's all right. You all know what it is. I will be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you, Cypher. Thank you. You were right, I did mention that, but it's one of those rare moments when I actually forgot about it, which is not something I usually do. In fact, when people say that, it often baffles me. I guess I've learned my lesson about that. Anyway, back in a few. Okay. Thank you all, as always, for sticking with me. I hope you're, whatever you're co-working on, I hope it's not too taxing for you. Nope, I need the other window. Let's bring this one over here, and let's open up. Actually, that reminds me. Are you serious? There we go. Okay. Don't play that. Ah, shit. Let's back up. Okay, so they're not bots. Good to know. Let's see here. I just got a Google alert that TikTok put out an original sound. A Google alert for Tom Simonson original sound. Created by Tom Simonson. I don't intentionally go out and create sounds. That means that somebody else, I guess, made a sound of something from one of my TikToks. That's unlikely. I gotta know. Hello, Panda. It's good to see you. Continuous guest. No, it's only the one video. That's interesting. It's so bizarre. Well, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, how's me? I am okay. I'm doing alright. Let me get my... There we go. You know, plugging along, doing the stuff and the things. Catching up on some things, did some of the tedious stuff. I do not want TikTok open. Please do not do that. Yeah, just not trying not to fall into the pit of my disorganized task list. Well, no, the task list is organized. It's just gotten to a point where it's somewhat overwhelming, so I need to break that back down. Anyway, how are you? Life is weird. I imagine life is weird could go many different directions. Hopefully it is not oppressively weird or getting in your way, or at least manageable. But I can definitely relate to life is weird. Jobs get Briar. I'm sorry to hear that his schedule is messy. I hate when that happens. You say weird all of a sudden. So it's going to be a massive union fight, I think. Yeah, that gets messy. I'm sorry to hear that. That is never fun, ever. Well, I hope things work out for Briar sooner rather than later. I'm going to move this camera just a little bit. Make it easier for me to actually see you all. Interesting thought I was having about the camera. As in something changed very suddenly last night. Ugh. Yeah, that's never fun. Somebody in my county won $1 million from a Pennsylvania lottery scratch ticket. That's nice for them. I would happily buy those if I could get, if I could know ahead of time what the winning ticket was. In the meantime, overtime checks are going to be great. Well, that, if it involves overtime, that's another story. I mean, it's still not good, but as long as they're paying him for it, your schedule could get odd because now you may need to drop stuff on a moment's notice. Yeah, that's kind of where I figured you were going with that. I am sorry to hear that, because that does make things unpleasant. Oh, for fuck's sake. Decline. So I've had, in another window, I've had the news open for the Supreme Court hearing arguments about the former president being held accountable for his actions. And the headline that is up right now all over the place seems to be that the Supreme Court seems poised to reject efforts to kick Trump off the ballot, which is a pretty sad commentary on the dysfunctional and incompetent court that we have in place right now. I don't normally do political content on my channel because, I'm not that kind of commenter. Not that I don't have strong feelings about it, but I only discuss that stuff on stream in a very specific context. I don't do it for the sake of doing it. I guess the current context is the world is burning. Maybe you all could do something right for a change. Anyway. Okay, I'm not a constitutional attorney, so I'm not going to say any more about that. What I'm reading sounds pretty fucking stupid, but what else is new with me? I mean, like, stuff, but also everything is remarkably the same, my latest creative fascination is I've been messing around a lot with, well, not a lot, but I've been messing around with Godot, the game engine. And I was recently thinking more about doing something with that and, making some kind of small game, because I've thought more seriously about the potential to make a game since, really since back when I first played the Stanley Parable, and this idea that, like, games don't have to be multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar odysseys in order to be decent, or if not good. And storytelling can be a big part of it and stuff like that. Anyway, that stuff's been rattling around in my head for years. And since I right now, unfortunately, have way too much time on my hands because of my work situation, so over the past few weeks I've been messing with it and doing different tutorials and stuff, and like fiddling with ideas. Why have I got a red dot? Oh, probably because I'm streaming. Okay. Anyways, the long way around is, in classic ADHD fashion, the sort of formal title for, a document that you're going to create your plan for a game is called a game design document. So I started working on an idea that I had in a game design document. I now I think I've settled on what I want to do, but the path to finding that resulted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different game design documents where I started fleshing out ideas and either decided it was too big or I just didn't want to work on it at the time, or the fleshing out of that idea led to an idea that I was more fascinated with and I thought would be more reflective of what I want to do and more within my limitations. The problem is that I have ideas for things and I'm like, I don't have that skill set. And I can't afford to hire an artist, and I can't all this other stuff. And so I've kind of been reining that in a little bit. And I think I've finally settled on something that's going to work for me, but I'm still noodling with it. But that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's the creative new. In the more technical new, the night before last, things were getting a little sluggish on the system, so I bit the bullet and backed up everything I needed to. Well, I use a backup service, so that wasn't a big deal. And did a hard reset on Windows. Not a full, clean, ultra low-level install, but just the reset where it deletes all the apps that you've installed since the original Windows install. Which still wasn't quite as clean as I would have liked, but that's fine. Anyway, and that seems to have helped a little bit. There are certain things that were lagging before that aren't as much, that sort of didn't make any sense that there would be lag in there. Like just when I opened the File Explorer in order to look for something, it would take a few seconds, if not like on some rare occasions, like 5 seconds to open that window, which makes no fucking sense, right? So that has stopped. There are other minor things that like aren't huge delays or lags across the system, but taken as a whole, when it happens every single time you do a particular thing, it was getting annoying. So it seems like it's a touch better. The computer is also 2 years old, which is, I bought it in September of 2021, 22, 23, 24, 2.5 years old. It'll be 3 years old in September, which is not old enough that there should be any significant problems. And there really aren't. This is like, me being hypersensitive to how quickly this thing reacts to me. Mostly because it was just, like most computers, right out of the box. It was really snappy. Like, things would just come up. Anyway, so I'm also dealing with the repercussions of, even though I planned that out really well, and got everything, most of the things that I use consistently reinstalled almost immediately. And it's been good mostly, but little things like I had a hiccup with the reinstall of the Stream Deck software because I exported the profile for my buttons. And then when I tried to import it back in after the reinstall, totally didn't take, so I had to rebuild all of that, which is easier than doing the OBS scenes, and those transferred out and back in totally fine. So I am happy about that. But yeah, that's mostly the new with me. Okay, so we got this. If I just want to export this one layer, and I don't want to do the whole document, why would I do that? Can I do that? Let's go to the export settings, page, document, selection. Oh, so if I select it, okay. But it is selected. Oh, now I'm going to select the whole thing. Sounds like a lot going on, but if on the ADHD project jumping, yeah, that's my brain. So that's roughly 200 square. That's interesting. Yes, I want to overwrite it. Go right ahead. All right, let's see how that looks in GIMP. So yeah, now I'm just diddling with different graphics and stuff. Did it just do what I think it did? God damn it. Yeah, it did. I don't know. Yeah, it's still fucking... All right. Layer. Interesting. Okay, get over here. Anyway, how, other than the weirdness, what the hell's going on here? Oh, because that's a path. Dummy. Other than the weirdness that Briar is dealing with, how are you doing, Panda? How's the competition schedule going? You are... What are you? 70 days out from... You had a countdown clock running on some submissions that you were doing. How's all that going? If you don't mind me asking. All right, layer. Where's the crop to content? You need doing okay. Got 2 entries done. Nice. 40 days left. Wow. Well, I hope that all goes well. A few things are getting really close. Yeah, I mean, that's when you jump from piece to piece. I can see how that would happen. Also, I'm getting used to this. I've got the streamer bot, has its own chat window, which is really convenient because it combines YouTube and Twitch chat. As long as you don't put it on the screen, then you're fine using it. And it has the option to put the most recent chat message at the top of the window rather than the bottom. So I'm always looking in the same place for it, which is, it's kind of nice, but also now I'm fighting the muscle memory of looking at the bottom of the chat window. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. I think if it doesn't irritate me, if I can stop it from irritating me long enough that I can actually get used to that, that might actually be a good thing. Anyway, still haven't tried that option with Streamer Bot Chat. The option, do you mean the top-down option, DC, or the scanning both, monitoring both YouTube and Twitch? They're both working out well for me right now. The top-down version. Yeah, it's different, and I think my brain is reacting to that. But there are so many things about this that I operate kind of from muscle memory. I think a lot of us probably do. And it seems like having it at the top, I'm going to give it a chance because I think that actually would work better for me, even though it's counterintuitive because I'm so used to scrolling down on anything, web pages, documents, you name it. But there's a part of my brain that sees this arrangement as being more logical, but I am still also kind of fighting my muscle memory to go down to the bottom of the chat window to read it. Like, this is more comfortable for me because I'm not moving my eyes as much. You would think things like this wouldn't make a big deal, but when you're juggling a dozen different things, it actually does. So jury's still out, but I wouldn't, I think it would be okay. We'll see. And we have the ads. That reminds me, I need to take care of that too. Image crop to content. So now we've got our little squiggle. Here's another example of a minor quality of life thing that is annoying me a little bit about my Windows reinstall, which is that oh, there's no thing there. Okay. Quality of life thing. Oh, reinstalling GIMP. It changed the way I had the toolbar arranged and scaled, and that is irritating me. Configure this tab. Can I configure this tab? Let me do the old man glasses move here. Open tool options menu. Oh, Steam, why are you doing that to me? I told you to shut that shit off. Where's my friends list? Friends. View friends. I don't want the pop-ups. It is enough to know that my friends list will show who's live. I don't need you giving me pop-ups on my screen. Settings, notifications. When a friend joins a game. Sorry for the road noise. Oh, I see. What I did was I shut off the sound. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want that either. Okay. Let's try that for a while and see if that works. Okay, Steam, you can go back to the tray now. I don't need you here. Let's close that out. No, we don't want to save the changes. Let's go here. Let's go back into the layers. Wow, this is gonna be a nightmare. Okay. Document properties. If I change the document properties to where does that leave us? That's better-ish. We'll work on that for a while. It is moving the whole thing. Okay, good. Alright, we'll take the circle guide out. We'll lock that one. Put a square in here just so I know what I'm looking at. Need a new layer. And then we'll put you in the back. The fuck? How did that? Interesting. It's still there. Now it's covering everything. Christ. Oh, fuck. So interesting. All right. Doesn't matter. so we've got that. Let's make the let's make a temporary level. Close. And let's change the document properties on this. Why would I be able to see the background in that? That makes no sense. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. Okay, documents. Godot projects. The aquarium is chill. That's one of the reasons that it's up there. It's a nice thing to have in the background. It's engaging but not distracting, you know. It's one of the things I like about having it there. Let's see here. So when I am zoned out and doing stuff, you don't just have me doing the 1,000-yard stare into the middle distance. I think I just mashed up a couple of metaphors there. Anyway. You know what I mean. But yeah, that was a good find. I don't remember who recommended that to me. I think it might have been Orihime. It'd be even more relaxing if it wasn't for the dumpsters clanging together across the street and the kids walking home from school. But, you know, it's, it helps. Why did I mute myself? All right. So I blew through the last ad break without leaving, which is a good thing. But I'm going to take another short break, hopefully short, and I will be back in just a minute or two, meaning like 3 to 5 minutes. Be right back. Okay. So, where was I? Doing things. That's where I was. Yes, replace it. And let's see what we've got here now. Thank you, Panda. Thank you for being here. There we go. There's the heat. My thermostat. I'm year and a half-ish that I've been in this apartment. Well, longer, probably. Yeah, let's say it's a year and a half. And I'm still figuring out where the sweet spots are on the temperature gauge of my thermostat. Because right now the thermostat says, or before the heat kicked on, said that it was 72 degrees in the apartment. It's not 72 degrees in here. It's not. But the difference in the heat between this room, the other rooms in the apartment, other rooms, kitchen, this room, bedroom, and the hallway where the thermostat is clearly that temperature reading does not reflect the entire apartment. So, yeah. Which is fine. It's just that I'm always kind of left wondering, is it actually going to make it the right temperature that I want in here? Is that too hot? Is it too cold? Too cold I can deal with because I can just turn it up. Too hot irritates me. Anyway. Alright, so let's... this fucking chair again. So I reached out to Secret Lab a couple of weeks ago because the armrests on this chair have been, the vinyl cover on them has been peeling actually for quite a while, and also the hydraulic tube has reached the point where just sporadically, several times a day, it will just lose its grip and I'll start sinking, right? Sometimes I sink all the way down, sometimes just a little bit, but it's annoying and I need to deal with it. And I'm really not interested in, I spent a decent penny on this chair and I'm not interested in buying a new one right now. So I wrote to them and I said, look, here's the deal. I don't know if this thing is still under warranty. Because they do this thing with social media, like to activate your 5-year warranty, tweet a picture of the chair with your hashtag and all that stuff. And I don't remember. I tweeted a picture of the chair because I was happy with it when it showed up. But I couldn't remember if it... Anyway. So I used their site and sent them an email with pictures of this stuff. And to their credit, they were like, yeah, this sounds like a rare occurrence of the gas tube, the hydraulic tube failing. We'll send you a new one and we'll send you new armrests. And I'm like, okay, here's my address. And they got them right out to me. Like I was actually away for an overnight that weekend. And they showed up while I was out, which was only like 3 days after they confirmed shipping. So they got them right to me. So I appreciate that. Replacing the armrest pads was a bit of a process, but it was fine. Oh, I've got ads now. Bezos is here. That's, it's just never a good thing. That reminds me, I've got to change that. The ending soon thing, I think, can be misleading. So we're going to change Jeff. Where did I put Jeff? I think I put him in my, in the assets for the stream file. That's where that would make the most sense as to where I put him. Anyway, we'll take him off for right now. Hey, are you on or you're not? Okay, there we go. I was looking at the actual Twitch dashboard rather than OBS, so when I pressed that multiple times it was lagging. Anyway, yeah, so let's change that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about the chair. I'll wait till after the ads for the chair, because I don't know who can hear me and who can't. Yeah, that'll work. Save, and then export as... no problem for the BRB. Enjoy your BRB. Replace it. Yes, replace it. Okay, there we go. And now if we do this, the Jeffening is upon us. That works better. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, replacing the arm pads on the armrests was a bit of a process, but I got them replaced relatively easily. The hydraulic tube, on the other hand, proved to be more difficult. It's actually still sitting in its little foam enclosure because the first time I tried to do it, following all the directions, thing wouldn't budge. It's not screwed in or anything. It's just held in by gravity and pressure, right? So my amply proportioned ass has been sitting on this chair for 4 years now? 3 years? 3 years, I think. And so this thing is just wedged the fuck into the wheelbase. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like soak it with DW40 overnight. And like I spent a good 15-20 minutes when I tried to replace it, because the way you're supposed to do it is tip the chair over on its front, lube it up, and then you hit the end of the hydraulic tube to kind of knock it away from the wheelbase. I must have been hammering on this thing for 20 minutes, and finally I was like, I ran out of patience. I'm like, all right, I've got the thing. It is, for its problems, it is still keeping my ass off the ground. That will do for a little while until I have enough patience to go back and try and do this again. And that was a couple of weeks ago. I got to try and do it again. The thing is, my ass is almost always in this chair right now because the work that I am doing, I'm doing here. And unless I want to submerge it in WD-40, I have to kind of be careful about how I'm doing all that stuff. And also when you hit the hydraulic piston, the paint flakes off and it, like, chips on the ground. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, but good on Secret Lab for following up on it. That's for sure. All right, so if I want to do this Node 2D scene. 2D scene. We'll just put a node 2D in there. Don't save. Okay. So that's a node 2D. Character body. So do I really want to start over with this? That is the question right now. No, I don't want to do that. If I do... I don't want it in documents, I want it on... Okay, that's what I wanted. close that out for right now. I'm going to need to reopen it immediately, aren't I? No, that's okay. Yeah, save it. Okay. Yeah, crap. That's what I've got to bring back up, my chat window. Okay. Let's go into here, and let's go into Godot projects. No, that's not right. Test level should be... Did I not export it as a PNG? Let's go back into Inkscape. Oh, because I made it a test level PNG. So what's the problem? Export. What am I working on today? Excellent question. I am fiddling with a, let me make a folder here. Create new folder. Did it go in? Yes, it did. I'll just make sure I got my shit together here before I answer that question. Assets. Okay. I'm going to close that out. So, go over to the monitor. I don't think I have anything. Oh, you know what? Wait a second. Let me just move this out of the way. I just don't want to accidentally dox myself. I don't think I have anything up here that would, but... And we'll move chat over here for a second. So, I've got a couple of Godot projects open. I have this one, which is literally just me throwing shit on the screen so I could figure out how to kind of do a platformer. So, I got it as far as having a little character on the screen and having a couple of boxes that he can jump over. Or she, or they, or whatever. Parallax background. Just the super basic stuff, which is... Basically all the essential elements are here now. You know, I just have to kind of refine everything and come up with some mechanics. So I'm using that project as a guide to start with this project. To kind of have an idea for a platformer where there's this like little squiggle that's your player character that is going through levels that are like elegantly designed. So you've got that. That's sort of the contrast. I don't know how elegant they're going to be, but that's sort of the starting point I'm working with right now. There's a lot more to be fleshed out there, but I'm like simultaneously thinking about what I want the end result of the game to be, and also kind of getting my feet wet with the engine and kind of all that stuff at once. So a few things I'm still sorting out. I had the stuff off screen because there are certain things that, like, the things I do best on screen, in which I can be most engaged both with what I'm doing as well as whoever's watching, is when I'm doing something that I'm already familiar with and fairly skilled at. When I'm trying to work my way through something, the act of being observed can kind of mess with the process a little bit. So that's why I had it off screen when I had Inkscape up and I was coming up with my little graphics and such. Which reminds me, now I need a I'm going to need some reference for that, because the first time I don't remember what I did the last time I had a test project in here somewhere with an actual run cycle in it, but animating it was I did it so long ago I already forgot. That's the thing too, is since I'm not doing it every single day for like an hour or two, stuff isn't sticking to my brain as well, which is, you know, it's the way that goes. So if I got a player, this is the old project. I never actually got the animated sprite. Okay. So we've got a player character. Anyway. I think this is going to be a very iterative process with multiple versions of this. Asset library. I think this is the one I was using. Recently updated, import. No, I don't think it's in this one. No, that's fine. Let's go back to the script. Yeah, let's download and install. Do I have to download it into every single project? This one isn't even saved yet. We'll get there. Let's back off that. We don't have a script attached. We're still in. Do I want to do a 2D scene? I'm not going to worry about the background just yet. It all reads like Greek. Yeah, well, it definitely can. It's one of those things. It's like, if you think of a thing that you want to do, there's probably a dozen tutorials out there about, I mean, it isn't as the documentation and community sort of information base, knowledge base, is not as vast as it is for, say, Unity, but given what Unity's done to its community lately. But Unity's not an issue for me for obvious reasons. And a lot more people are looking at Godot as a result of that. And for a completely open, community produced engine, it looks fucking amazing. There's a lot you can do in here. I'm working with the 2D stuff, but you can do 3D games in Godot very easily. So there's a lot of information out there, and picking a thing and kind of following that through, you can usually find a tutorial. It's the information base, and people are making YouTube videos about it now. There's a fair amount of information in there, so you can work your way through it. I mean, the fact that I got this one to the point, you know, where I can even just do this is and these are all, except for the little dot. Well, no, actually everything in here is a asset that I got from somewhere else, except for the boxes. And that was just like teaching myself stuff. So the thing is, you do have to be kind of careful about how you're doing it. Not how you're doing it, but kind of not letting myself get overwhelmed, because it is like a rabbit hole full of rabbit holes. And there are things that have like similar names that do slightly different things with good reason, but I don't understand what they all are because I'm just starting to noodle with this. So yeah, it can very easily be overwhelming, but like everything I think in most of the game engines actually, but in Godot is basically you're working from scenes. So even with the player scene, like that little dot that I had on the screen was actually its own scene. So that way you have the camera attached to it, so it'll follow the player around. And if there's animations that the player's going to do, which I actually have in this one, they just don't work. Because the idle is, the eyes are supposed to be looking straight out, and the walk animation is supposed to be looking from one side to the other. And I never got past that because my brain said, oh yeah, let's do a thing. So I'm going to see what I want to do here. So I'm using this old kind of tutorial sandbox project that I was using as a reference for the new one that I want to start. So do I want to have these separately? Or can I just make the collision shape? I think I can just make the collision shape. Alright, so let's go in here and we'll call that world. And then we'll make a scenes folder, put that in there so that I don't lose it. And now what are we going to do? I want the backdrop in there. So that would be, is it an area 2D? It's parallax background. Okay, so this is specifically designed for parallax layers, which I don't need. I think I can pull it in as a sprite. Right? Yeah, I can just pull it in as a sprite in the background because it's just going to sit there. I probably should have not made the boxes part of it. That's fine. So let's add sprite 2D, and to that we are going to add scroll layer. Why does it say parallax background? It says parallax background because I'm looking at the other project. All right, so we'll drag the test layer into the woof. All right, let's go to the project settings and look at the window. Okay. The background can I put a collision polygon, which I've never used? What the hell? Well, that didn't work out very well. You know what? To make my life easier, I'm going to do this a different way. Instead of using the polygon, see, one of the things that sucks about community-based or community-created tutorials and stuff is that they can have different priorities in terms of the way they're doing things. Like there was this one creator who does a lot of Godot content and incorporates kind of teaching people how to do things with doing certain challenges. So he was doing a challenge where he was creating a game in 20 minutes and the assets were already created, right? Which is, I mean, it's great for him that he can do that, and it's awesome that he is putting that out there so that people like me can watch it. But he was blistering through it so fast that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So you know, it can be a double-edged sword. Can I take that out? Yes, we're going to take out the collision polygon, and we are going to add a child node that is a collision shape 2D. Collision shape only serves to provide a collision shape to collision object 2D derived node. Please only use it as a child of area 2D, static body, rigid body, character body 2D to give them shape. A shape must be provided for the collision shape 2D to function. Alright, let's back up a second. And let's look at the other project. So in this example, I've got the player, I've got the floor, which is a static body 2D, and then I've got a mesh instance and a collision shape on it. Okay. So let's put this here. Static body 2D. And that's got a mesh instance 2D and a collision shape 2D on it. For the mesh instance, where is this thing? For the shape, we're going to do a rectangle shape. We're going to move it down here. And I guess we'll just do a bunch more of them. So if I save that, what does that look like? Select current, cancel. All right, so it's on screen. Wait, how much of the screen does that take up? Yeah, that's all right. You know what? We are at... My brain is wanting to shut down and move to something else because I've been at this for a little bit now. Which is fine because that's kind of how my brain works. But I'm at 3 hours, which is a respectable amount of time. I've gotten some stuff done, and so I think I'm actually going to call it here. Let's see who else, if anyone, is around. Oh, DC is on. Okay, so we are going to... We're going to raid DC. Let's bring this over here. And yeah, let's go say hi to our friend DC. See if this works with just the commands. Yes, it is. So raid's working. We're gonna go head over and say hello to DC, who was just here, you know, chatting with everybody a couple of minutes ago, and who is an all-around good egg. So you are welcome for the stream, Panda. I hope you have a good day. I'm sure I will see you around in various places. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to DC. I don't have a raid call right now, so everybody just, you know, just go over there and be your awesome selves. And I will see you tomorrow when I start again on stream at noon. I really need to come up with a better sign-off. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you soon. Let's go say hi to DC.